Hi, Andrew and Jonathan. Just trying this new way of explaining the idea. I thought it will be faster and more effective. So I won't take much time. It will be 10 minutes max to share what I think about ISFSC program at this stage. So I'll briefly cover the objective, the journey, learnings, and then outline some of the options. So I thought it will be useful to again revise the objective of this program, and it is very essential because we are getting tempted to qualify the success and failure of the program too early, and we are just aiming for 80 100 schools to come on board, and somehow missing the point that we started this program not to prove the demand but essentially to design something which can be scalable. And we thought that with philanthropic capital and with no profit expectation both at ISFSC and opportunity side, we are best placed to design something which actually convert this whole need, the felt need among school owners to work on education quality into a demand which support a self-sustainable business model. And journey so far, we started with teachers training context, but then we expanded the scope. In August, September, we were trying to work with ISFSC staff to create internal buy-in. In October 1st week, we did some workshop. For last 2 months, we have been trying to do follow-ups for more enrollment, but it resulted only in 2 leaders and 4 schools to sign up till the date. And learnings has been that though the need is there, people feel it. Otherwise, we would not have 100 schools attending our workshop. But they are overwhelmed with this enormity of working on this issue of education quality, and there's a status quo bias because they think that nobody else is doing, so why should I do? So there's a status quo bias. The pricing doesn't allow testing, so the testing cost is too high, $2,000, and then this whole hesitation about new concepts. So it is easy to sell Coca-Cola, which attract to our weaknesses, but it is difficult to sell something which has a long-term results, which doesn't give immediate feedback, and so there's an inherent hesitation to sign up. Return on investment is not evident, and they're mixing this whole decision-making process. They're confusing with so many variables, like teacher will not stay, whether I will get competitive A's or not, but they are missing the point that they have to work on education quality, which is an inherent strength in an education product. ISFSC market positioning is not helping because they are the commercial entity, charge to interest rate which is higher than the average, and the sales effort and marketing strategy ISFSC might not be right, optimally designed at this point of time. So essentially the challenge for now is how to get more schools on board, but also a parallel challenge of committing to few schools to serve 2-year education quality program, and that would be a costly proposition. So let's look at the problem at a strategic level. So at this point of time, we have so many things to understand, and we really need to understand the demand of the product, backed by affordability and other aspects like willingness and suitability of a product. But essentially at this stage, I think we should focus on testing this piece, whether our product is in terms of content, pricing, delivery models, a place of delivery of the product is suited for this segment. And to do that, I propose something which is very fundamental, and the idea is again look at fundamentally how we learn at each level. So the initial ignition can come from any of these 3 points. Somewhere people get prompted to know more, somewhere people have an experience which translate into doing something, practicing with a small thing, and then again the quest for hunger starts. And once it starts, this learning spiral starts, it takes its own life, and actually it results into a bigger knowledge base, experience, and bigger practices. So we have experimented with this idea of knowledge by doing seminars. It didn't click. Followed with sales effort, we know that somehow the providing knowledge did not enable school to sign up, because somewhere we believe that, at a society in India, that in this age of information we really don't need much knowledge, and even if we need knowledge from if I identify something where I need knowledge, I will just go to the internet and find it out myself. So in this whole idea of limited cash flow and limited profitability, why should I pay for knowledge? So that though need is there, but somehow people are illusioned that they don't need it. I mean, it's a little bit difficult to explain, but I'm sure you're getting the point. So maybe we should try with creating experiences for their school, and let them practice with some of the actionable idea, and then they see that yes, we can provide knowledge to expand this spiral loop, and then they come on board. So what I'm essentially saying, maybe our sales model, the marketing model, should rest on creating experiences. That is how new age online businesses are expanding. So in this offline model, we can provide schools with exposure visits and workshops, and from these exposure visits and workshop, people will get some idea to start implementing in the school. Once they start doing it, they feel that they need to know more, and that is how the hunger for knowledge is started. And by this time, they know that we are there to help them with knowledge at affordable price point. Then they enroll, and once they enroll, they again get a lot of experiences, and this whole spiral starts. So the model which I'm proposing here is creating a default, so people really don't have to make decision to come and join us. So they just feel that they have been enrolled by virtue of become ISFSC client. They can attend our, let's say, 6 to 12 events. How it will operationalize, I can explain it later, but at this point of time, the idea is to just explain the concept. So the status quo has been avoided by creating a default of free membership for the education quality program, but not the way we have designed now. So this education quality program, which is free, is essentially access to a centralized workshops and exposure visits to the classrooms in those our academic partner place, and that is how we deliver the value and check our content also. So school get benefited, we get feedback from schools on our content, and also to how to productize this whole education quality program in a way which is self-sustainable. So we share ideas with each other, we share the responsibility of creating clusters, we see the value coming out of it, and they see that they are owning it. And then once enough value has been demonstrated, the idea is after 6-7 months, let's say June, July 2019, either a school make a decision to upgrade to the education quality premium product, or we have and for opportunity in ISFSC, we will have a lot of information in terms of attendance, repeat visits by principals to attend our workshops, the feedback, kind of feedback they give. We will get to hear from them whether our content is relevant or not, and whether they want to pay for it or not. They will see us at least 5-6 times, so there will be a familiarity, and that should help them make commercial decision of paying us for the product. Maybe we want to create something which is customized. So instead of proving our package at this stage that it works, then we will see what we will design actually what works with input from the school, and if and then actually we can make decision whether to continue or not, or how much to expand. So it will be easy to sort of make decision in the June, July 2019. So this model is cost effective because we will actually not spend on travel, hotels, food and other things. People will just have freedom to come and attend our event at a centralized location as per their convenience. Our operational cost, whatever we spend, is actually not on finding out the marketing strategy, but actually delivering the value. So we can actually tell donors that this money is not a sunken cost, because we did reach out to 200 schools, we conducted these many events, and we actually delivered something in the process. The downside is content. So even if we don't get enough client, we can actually pull the plug on the education quality program. So we don't really have to commit to somebody for 2 years right away. We will actually co-create the product which would be fit for the market. We will have better understanding, and our content by then in 6-7 month time would be much more sharper and relevant to the Indian audience. So in this model, I see huge potential, and now it is up to you to let me know your feedback. Thank you very much.